Bunch of wolves
And
running
we're
around
live.
here.
And we are live. Welcome again to another week of Men of BioTropics. So we are here, like usual. We're gonna, spit some knowledge, make you guys feel like that it's comfortable to approach some of the things that we are all involved in and what we are affiliated with. And I hope that you'll get some good fact-based, straightforward, in-your-face information. We don't sugarcoat anything, okay? And we bring it to you straight from the hip, straight from the heart. So first off, today we're just gonna kind of go over some of the things that kind of gives people problems, and that's people's mindset, people being accountable for the things they have to do. Just FYI, don't worry about the dogs. Shadow and Ghost are a part of the show. So if you don't like dogs, I'm sorry, but they're just a part of the show here, and they're going to show their side and say hello more frequently than you probably want to. But let's just start with you, Pat, and just touch on accountability and mindset with regards to where you're at right now.
Yeah. So basically, when I figured out what I had to do as far as getting my blood done and getting my testosterone and hormones checked and all that, and working for months to get it all balanced and losing the weight and doing all this stuff and feeling good, I hit that plateau where it's like, oh man, I've lost about 30 something pounds, and I'm eating right for the most part. I still cheat a little bit here and there, but I felt like I needed that extra guidance, I guess you say. Have a pizza every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But so what I've decided to do in my own life to reach the goal that I want to reach is that I brought Rick on in my own life personally to be my trainer. So kind of following the lead of what Brian did. And I work out 3-4 times a week, but I work out to what I don't have anybody to push me. I don't have anybody to motivate me to do more. And I think everybody runs into that. We're like, oh shit, I think I did enough today. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I did enough today. I'm going to go home and I'm going to have a beer and a sandwich or something, right? You know what I mean? So today, So today I went to a place called Clean Eats that Rick referred us to over in Jacksonville area, St. John's, off a racetrack in US 1. And I decided to buy a month's worth of meals from them that looked amazing, very healthy, very good price wise. I think I spent less than $150 for over 20 something meals.
So what you're saying is you're going straight for mindset, accountability, and you're kind of tying in all the things together that we've been talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. So, these things cost a little bit of money, but when I look at it, I say, okay, this is what I'm spending at Publix anyway, and it's twice what I just spent, at Clean Eats, and that keeps the meals the proper size, the proper nutrients, the proper this, and there's lots of these companies around. If you're in Jacksonville or St. John's, I would highly recommend Clean Eats, but if you're not in this area, I highly recommend finding someone that can do that for you.
Oh, they're all over the place now. But what are you going to say?
Like you say, the portions are like perfect. They're big. You don't have to go home and cook, the chicken, the broccoli, this. You go in, you pick what you want. Yeah. And the staff is very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
You met Tori today. Tori's phenomenal. She's a personal trainer. She's a nutritionist. She's dealt with these clients. So when somebody goes in there, their staff is knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Even the one in Jacksonville, I was talking to Tori. I don't know anybody at the one in the Jacksonville store, but that was their first store. Tori started there, and they're very knowledgeable. So don't be afraid to ask their staff questions.
Yeah, and they were very helpful when I was in there. She pointed me out. They have meals designed just for weight loss. They have meals designed for muscle mass building, protein. They have meals that are just kind of for your pleasure, but they're still healthy. You know what I mean? They're still healthy. The ingredients are good. The portions are the right size. Woo. Check over there.
They're part of the show. You just got to look out. Okay, all right.
So,
and for what the meal cost, you can't go to.
I think I paid under $7 a meal. Way less. I got 20 meals with a big platter and it was $147.
The more you buy, the cheaper it gets. The more you buy, the cheaper.
I was impressed not only with the price, but with the quality. And I had one this afternoon. It was excellent. So anyway.
So those places are good. I mean, I know they have some other ones called Factor, different things like that, which were good. But it's good to know where your food's being sourced from and where it's being cooked. And you can't have anything better than walking into a spot and it's there. Because I think a lot of people get caught up with the cost. And it's like you said, it's like spending the whole month at Publix. And from, me and Jackie all these years with like coaching different people on how to get their nutrition right, what they're supposed to eat, when they're supposed to eat it, that helps a lot of people if they don't have that set schedule. For example, like for you in the medical field, for you as the trainer, you don't have time. You know what I'm saying? You don't have time to sit down and cook full meals sometimes. So to be able to have that, pull out the freezer, heat it up and eat it quick and then move to the next thing. Yeah, that's huge because that's definitely one of the pillars of making sure, can you give like your training perspective on that, is making why it's important that they should be getting their accountability and nutrition?
Well, I always say 90% of it is what your intake, your food intake. 10% is the gym. If you don't eat, you're not going to grow. Food makes you heal. It makes your body grow, and so on and so forth. People always ask me, Rick, what's the best protein? What's the best protein I get? Eat eggs, chicken. Well, what do you mean? Everything that comes in a can is a supplement. You're supplementing a meal. So when people ask, I know what I'm getting in today. I know what I'm getting in this. I know what I'm getting in that. So if you can't get your eating down, people go, I don't have time. This makes it perfect. You don't have time. I don't have time to food prep. I don't have time to this. I don't have guessing. You go in here and buy your meal. It's $7 a meal. You throw it in the microwave. It's done. And like I said, everything's fresh. It's called clean eats. They make him every couple of days. They're making new meals. You go in and eat what you want. I have my favorite. Mine's the Arnold Bowl. It's called the Arnold Bowl. You can get it with extra protein.
That sounds good.
Yeah. I bought a bunch of chicken parmesans today, man.
Yeah, that's really good.
So that's the cool part is like you can eat chicken parmesan if it's cooked the right way. And that's the thing is like if you're on a budget and it's kind of hard for you, just be more conscious of what you're selecting when you go to these stores. Or what I've always told clients are, there's no price on your health. You know what I'm saying? Long-term health and getting yourself right and getting your body right, there's no price on that, because at the end of the day, our job is we're here to live. Right. And if your body's shit, you're not fueling it properly, then all these things that you could integrate that we're trying to help you guys and explain to you guys is not going to work. Yeah.
I would say, go ahead.
No, go ahead, boss.
What I would say though is that, like he said, my thing is like your health is your wealth, right? That's what I believe. And there's, especially nowadays, groceries are through the roof. People are losing money buying groceries, losing time cooking it. What I just did saved me money and time, and it's healthier, and it gives me, I don't have to worry about, hey, what am I going to, well, my wife doesn't have to worry. Just grab it and put it in and let's go, and it's healthy and it's good for them,
Yeah.
So I think it's an all around good decision. How does that tie into what we do at BioTropics? Imagine if you had one of those genetic tests that told you exactly what to eat. You can use that as a guide, right? Your GX Slim, your test that will tell you, hey, you should be eating this type of meal. And then your trainer and everybody else can kind of pick out your menu for you. So then there's like when you go in there, I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to eat. I don't know what I should eat. Should I be eating protein? Should I be eating weight loss? Should I be eating this? Should I be eating that? Well, this is a way for you to know.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's all important stuff I think people need to understand. It's just taking baby steps. I mean, that's definitely a huge baby step because that takes one of the biggest things off your plate because nutrition, sets people back so much. And I don't think people understand how important that is because you can go in the gym and lift as much weights as you want, but if your body's not fueled, it's just for now.
Exactly. That's why I said 90% is nutrition. Yeah. You come in here, I tell people all the time, you come in here, just open your wallet, give me your money and walk out because if you're not going to eat, it doesn't matter. Yeah. It's not going to matter.
That starvation thing. Or the carnivore or all these other things.
Some of them I believe in. Some of the fasting stuff I believe in and stuff like that because it triggers certain things in your body. But like the whole I'm not going to eat anything is just not. It's not healthy for you. And it's,
I go way back.
That'll mess with your mindset.
Yeah.
Big time.
I go way back. I had a coach in high school, cross country coach, Coach Cross. He came up with 3 Ds: desire, discipline, and dedication. Everybody that walks in that gym desires something.
Yeah.
But if they don't have the dedication and discipline, it doesn't matter what you desire. You want a toilet made of gold. How are you going to get it?
Right.
Okay. You got to, that carries on to everything you do in life.
Yeah.
But if you don't, so you come to the gym every day, but you leave and going, drinking a 12-pack and eating McDonald's and everything else, and it doesn't matter. You got to have the dedication and discipline to get what you desire.
Yeah.
And so when as a trainer or a doctor tells you, hey, you need to eat. And my biggest thing is when I tell somebody to eat every hour and a half to 2 hours, they look at me and go, no, I want to lose weight. I go, you'll speed up your metabolism. I promise you that.
Yeah.
It takes, and I think that's what's big about the mindset. And that was good. That's good that we talked about that tonight, because that mindset thing messes people up with well, you're telling me I'm supposed to eat more. Yes, we want you to eat more, but we want you to eat more of the good stuff.
Less.
I'm telling you, sit there and eat
Less,
salads
more
every day.
times. Less. Lower portions.
Yeah.
More frequency.
So that your body's just continuously burning.
Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, they're all multi-billion-dollar companies. They're going to send you a box, 5 meals a day. They'll tell you, if you don't eat these 5 meals a day, this product doesn't work. Well, so pick your 5 meals without going through a company. Do down, Clean Eats or whatever. Look at it. It's simple. It's very simple. Small meals, 5 times a day, every hour and a half to 2 hours. They're golden.
I used to spend Sundays and Wednesdays cooking multiple meals for my family, right? I'd spend hours doing this, go to the grocery store, cooking meals to last throughout the week, half the time that, they didn't even get eaten, right? So there's waste of money, waste of time. I think these, you can go in and you can pick out exactly what you want. You're going to want to eat it. You're not wasting time, you're not wasting money, and it's healthy overall. So that's number one with the accountability part. Diet and nutrition. I don't like to call it diet. I think it's a lifestyle change that you need to stay with.
It has
right?
to be a lifestyle change. Diet is the number one root issue for most people.
Now, every show, I'm drinking my wine, sugar. I like my wine. It's my downfall. It is. But, I'm going to tell you now, if I don't have my wine, you don't want to be around me. So everybody out watching, yes, I lift, I eat. I eat what I want in moderation. If I want pizza, I have a pizza. If I want chicken wings, I have chicken wings, but in moderation.
Yes.
The rest of the week I'm eating rice, chicken, potatoes, eggs. I'm trying to,
Yeah, but these people, a lot of these people have to get their metabolism up to where even myself or you are at, right? So they gotta figure out how to do that, and then they can kind of have a cheat day or something like that, or whatever.
And I don't believe in cheat days.
Whatever you want to call it.
If you want cake, eat a piece of cake. Don't eat a cake. Eat a piece of cake.
Yes.
Tori from Clean Eats. You saw her today. Phenomenal.
Don't eat the whole cake.
She competed. She called me right when she get ready to compete. She says, "Rick, I ate a cookie." Okay. So, Tori, if you're watching, I hate to say this. And she was crying. I said, "Hon, why are you crying?" She said, "I ate a cookie." I said, "Okay." She says, "I was hungry." I said, "If you're not hungry, you're doing something wrong. This is the way you should be feeling." And that young lady stepped on stage and won 4 different divisions that night in her first show. She kicked ass, and that's when she's proud of her. She should be proud of herself. That's when you did something right. But she ate a cookie, and she's like, she's craving it. What she did.
Mine is cookies and ice cream, and she knows. We go to the store and it's they got a sale on Chips Ahoy, and I'm like, but that's the sale, baby. It's the family pack.
That's an addiction, sir.
It's an addiction. Yes, I have an addiction to sugar.
Listen, I'm no better than you, dude. Jackie knows. I have
he has a candy addiction. It's a true story.
You put a bag of candy in front of me and I'll kill it.
But it's learning to just
have balance. I'll tell you from the health coaching point of view that what happens is people, because of that all or nothing, because they decide they're going to go on a diet and that means there's no room for it and they don't allow for the balance, is why they start to crave even more those things.
And then they give up.
And then you give up and you binge all of those things. You buy every cookie at Publix and it's this cycle that begins. And so allowing it to be part of the plan. And I agree with Rick, and not a whole day. You don't need a cheat. I don't even like calling it cheat, because if it's part of the plan, it's not a cheat. But it's not a whole day. We're talking 80-20. 20% is not an entire day of the week. Yeah. It just means making room for it. I lost 100 pounds and I didn't give up donuts. It's okay. You can do it, but it's all about having balance.
and it's about being accountable on the other side too, where you're accountable for not just what you eat, but putting the work in to burn the calories, go work out. And it doesn't have, and I try to explain this to people, especially people that are just starting up and they haven't exercised in a long time. Something's better than nothing. You know, if you walk, you know, I've had some people that say, well, I haven't walked even a block in freaking, I don't know. I said, walk to your mailbox and back. Walk to your block and back. Increase it to 2 blocks, 3 blocks, you know, just something.
That's one thing I've learned from Rick. You know, when I was going to the gym, I felt like I had to lift my heaviest because that's what I always was accustomed to, was lifting heavy weights. And he's trained me now to, you know, working it out in this particular way. And I feel like I'm getting even more gains. I feel even better. And I feel like I'm getting something out of it. You know?
Not only do I train you, but we work out together twice a week. You train with me. We train together. I don't train heavy. Your body doesn't know weight. It knows failure. So if you're benching 300 or 200, and you just take it to failure of 200, you're saving your joints and ligaments, all that. And I know people out there are going to argue with me or whatever, but, you know, I hold a bench press record. Can't take that away from me. 1,153 reps. You watched me today. My first one. You know, we were on our second exercise and jumped over the bench press. I repped out 55 reps. You know, with 135, and big deal. Well, I want to see somebody come in that's 200 pounds and rep out, you know, 55 reps with after.
I tell you what, if you've checked his page or my page and you see all the sweat pouring off for me, it's because I'm getting it in, and it's like.
And that's where I'm going to say my accountability is coming in, because now I'm committed to holding myself accountable, because I don't want to go work out with Rick. I'm afraid that I'm going to be hurting for a week, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get my point.
But that's the thing. I think that aspect of it scares a lot of people with working a trainer, and then the other part is like, you know, people think they know what they're doing. And I thought I was one of those people that knew what they were doing. You know, you have that fear of going back to a trainer. But what I've learned is he's helped me with my fundamentals. He's helped me with my technique. He's helped me to be able to deal with the weight in the proper way, so that I'm getting older now. I can't be up there just throwing weight around like a crazy person because my joints are going to crap. So like,
and that's why I said to him today, I'm like, man, just so you know, I don't lift heavy, dude. You know what I mean? Because then it's just because, you know, I know that my body will pay for it. That's the other thing. You got to know yourself. You got to know what your limits are. You got to know, you know, and if you're not going to, it's like you've heard in I've heard in lots of different areas, it's baby steps, right? You got to make goals that are attainable first.
Yeah.
Don't make this goal that, hey, I'm going to lose 100 pounds in 3 months.
That's crazy. A lot of
people, and a lot of these people that we get that are on the GLP-1s, and it's like, I'm not losing. Okay, well, you know, you got to do some other stuff with it, you know, and I promise you, at some point you will lose it. Yeah. But that's just one piece of the puzzle, right?
Yes.
So,
because that's the thing with all the additional supplementation that you do. It's supplements. Yeah. You know, it's there to help you through the process, and it takes time for these things to work. Exactly. People need to be patient, and they need to understand that getting your mindset and your lifestyle, because this is a lifestyle change, takes time.
Yes.
It takes progression, and it takes commitment, you know, to be able to want to get to that next level. You know, me and Jackie have done
say what's up. Say hello.
Shadow, say hello.
So you know, one pound is 3,500 calories. I have women who will walk in and go, "Hey, I need to lose 60 pounds." You know, I go, "All right, we'll put you on a 10-month program." 10 months. My daughter's getting married in 2 months. Holy what? Okay,
let's be realistic.
I will put you on the treadmill for 30 minutes. They do 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they come like, I'm done. I go, okay, how many calories you burn? 120. Okay, well, then you're tough. 1 pound is 3,500 calories. You have to be calorie deficit. Do the math. You're not getting off that treadmill for the next 2 months. You realize that?
Yeah.
And they go, what? Yeah, like, it's impossible. Yeah. You know, that's their goal. Well, I saw it on TV. This guy lost. You know, the Kardashians lost. They lost.
They're doing a lot more than. You know, they're doing other stuff, so we don't have access to.
That's their whole life, you know.
That's the other thing.
Looking that way, and
they have a chef go, eat this now.
Yeah.
While she's getting her hair done, she's eating. Hey, you need to take this. They take that. hey, more power to them. If I could do that too, I'd be all about
Yeah,
it.
but they get to get up and they make their own schedule and they do what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we don't live that life. So
No.
that's part of it. Is you gotta figure out a time. I know I've worked with a lot of people. Man, I just don't have time. I just don't have time. I just don't have time. No, you just don't want to make the time. You have time. You just don't want to get up 2 hours earlier, or you just don't want to go 2 hours later at night, or you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that because you're tired and you're not motivated, right?
You said to me yesterday, what time did you get to the gym? 4:30.
4:30.
Yeah.
Because I have clients that have kids that got to
Yeah.
be here, that got to be there, but they don't want to gain weight. They want to take care of their body. He's older. And matter of fact, he's a doctor. He's like, I got to come in now because then I got to get to the hospital. Then at night, my kid's got basketball, football. His daughter's got cheerleading, ballet. He goes, if I want to be there for that, I got to be here now for me.
Yeah.
So he gets up at 3:30 in the morning to meet me at 4:30 in the morning.
Smart dude.
You know,
Smart.
and he's a doctor. So what's that tell you? He knows the benefits of being in the gym.
Because I think as far as like lifestyle goes with making this an integral part is taking care of your health that a lot of people don't understand. You know, the one thing I used to always like tell people, listen, when you're on an airplane, right, and the oxygen falls down, what do they tell you first? They tell you
Give
to
it to
put
your
it on
partner.
yourself
Oh,
first.
partner, give it to yourself.
Put it on yourself first, and then take care of your kids. Then take care. And I think that's where, in this lifestyle, in this day and age, a lot of people are missing that aspect of it, to where they're putting their life all into those things first, and then their bodies are breaking down. They're gaining weight. They're unhealthy. They don't feel good.
Yeah.
Then they're miserable, and it's like, but you're not
Yeah.
taking care of you.
Right. But I think that's also how this has been. We're going to get into a little conspiracy theory type shit here, right? So that's kind of how everything is modeled, though, right? To keep us working. They want us working all day, night. 12. For it used to be you could work 8 hours. When I was a kid, you know, my family could live off of one salary, you know, and we were not bad off. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, you got to have two people working overtime to make ends meet, you know, and it's you know, it's very time consuming for people. So I understand when they say I don't have time and I don't this and I don't that, but you know, you got to find time. You have to make time.
I want to get with KB Homes and find out who's putting theirs in these houses, because apparently they're not doing it. Because these people come to my gym look like shit. They walk in and say, I'm just like, you haven't seen yourself in the mirror. What? Like when?
Yeah.
You're 60, 80 pounds overweight. 60, 80 pounds. And they're like, I think I need to lose weight. You should have been here 4 or 5 years ago. You just didn't wake up like that.
Well,
I get it. Not everybody can do that.
But it takes that to switch in your brain. Like for me, I lived a lifestyle for about 7 years that was very damaging. I did that. I worked 10, 12-hour shifts, 5, 6 days a week. I'd come home, I'd kill a 12-pack. I'd stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I would take Xanax to get the anxiety away, right?
Yeah.
I would do, and I had no intention, because I was just getting by day by day, day by day, day by day, and you get stuck in that rut. And then before you know it, you're that person that you're talking about. You look in the mirror and you're like, shit, man, I can't bend over to tie my shoes without being out of breath, you know? And then all of a sudden that switches in your brain and you're like, well, now where can I go to get me help? And that's what we're here for, right? So
now there are people out there with medical conditions and things. I understand that.
Yeah.
When I get somebody that's, so what have you been doing for the last 5 years? And they're like, oh, you know, we're just kind of like hanging home.
Yeah.
I don't really do anything. And okay, well, you know, do you not have any mirrors in your house? Do you just decide one day you can't breathe, can't walk, can't what?
Yeah.
Can't see your feet? What the hell? I mean, let's get real. You know, so
I think that's what's missing too, is there's a lot of just not being real with people. And I think, you know, some people might take it objectively and not like it, but at the end of the day, you're the one in control of your life, and you're the one putting yourself in that situation.
You don't make change, you won't see change.
Yeah. That's why I said
the good thing though is that there are people that are watching, and there are people that want to come forward. Yeah. And the good thing is now, compared to the 10 years ago, there's people like us out here who are out here saying, look, we were either like you, and we want you to be able to see the effects that we're seeing, you know? So go see a trainer like Rick. Mm-hmm. Go see someone like Pat, who can give you the additional supplementation you're missing, especially with people in our age group.
And just real quick, he said a trainer like me. I'm going to tell you now, if you came into my gym and wanted to train with me and talk to my boss or talk to me, and you're skeptical. I'm going to get you a 7-day pass. I'm going to have you train 3 or 4 days with me to make sure we're a good fit. Because a trainer needs to understand you, and you need to understand your trainer. We had the conversation. We see people in the gym, they have their hands in their pockets. They just tell their client, give me 3 sets of 12. And they're looking around. Oh, you're done? 3 more sets of 12. That doesn't work. Ask your trainer questions. Seriously, go online. If you don't know, ask online. Get on here, ask Jackie, hey, what should I be looking for in a trainer? What should I be? Let me help you. I don't care if you're in California, Texas, Massachusetts, wherever you're at. Tell me what you're looking for in a trainer. Tell me what you need to do. Your trainer works for you.
Yeah.
You don't work for your trainer.
Well, there's always different goals too, right? Some people want to lose weight. Some people want to lean up. Some people want to mass up. Some people want to, get their cardio better. Some people are there for heart health. Some people are there for.
The crazy thing is
some
just
people
like
functionality.
Yeah, just like with you, I think most people, when they look to a trainer, they're looking because they need some type of guidance. And I think most of the trainers out there, if they get a person who's motivated and wants to reach goals and ask questions involved, and most of the trainers will like that back,
But you know what the funny part is? Nate, my boss, has called me in the office so many times and go, hey, this is Pat. He's your trainer, blah, blah, blah. Hey, this is Jackie. You're going to train her. As soon as I walk out the office, no.
Yeah.
That guy looks like he wants to kill somebody. No. But then they'll hire some little kid that's like right out of college that has no idea what he's doing, doesn't work out, weighs 95 pounds, but he has he's a personal trainer. They'll take him because they feel comfortable with him. But they look like me. But then I have Jackie walk in and say, he's a Marine. What? And she took.
What's that say about me, dude? After that?
Did you look for the pain? That's but that's one thing to tie all that in, and why, if you come to us at BioTropics for this help, and what we can provide you with is, number one, we can provide you with the trainer and Rick. We can provide you with a health coach and Jackie. We can provide you with the supplements through myself and Melanie Jones. Marina provides our network. We're a group of very experienced professionals that have contacts with everything you need. And just for what we're talking about today, if you go to Rick, if you go to Jackie and Rick both have access to our genetic programs. They have access to our medical programs. They have access to our blood work. They have access to our doctors. And we work together to figure out what's going to work best for you. So you don't have to be local. We do everything online. The only thing is you won't get to see Rick in person. We do have virtual things going on. We're growing virtually, and we're excited about this team moving forward. So I thank you guys for being a part of it.
No problem.
And
thank you too.
Yeah.
So last week we said we ran out of time a little bit, and we were going to touch on Sumerian a little bit.
Sumerian, yeah.
Dude, I call it all kinds of things.
Yeah. What for the people? Just break down exactly what is that.
So Sumerian is another one of the peptides that we offer that is excellent for all around health. It's just a different approach from NAD, right? So remember we talked about NAD being a cellular approach, right? Every system in your body is affected by NAD because it repairs at the cellular level, whether it's your hair, your nails, your skin, your muscles, your joints, your bones, everything. Sumerian is another peptide that targets the pituitary gland, and it creates, or it triggers the pituitary gland to create your own growth hormone again. That's awesome. So you're restarting an engine, so to say, your own engine, to produce its own growth hormone again, rather than, I know everybody's heard about growth hormone and how great it is for bodybuilders and this and that, but that growth hormone has great results, but there's also some bad side effects to it. Those types of growth hormones, number one, they're expensive, they're through the roof. Most of them really aren't legal unless you have a medical issue. But the bad side of those is it creates bone growth, your heart can grow, organs. It causes actually troubles with your joints because it's growing so fast, right? So
the muscle can't.
So the difference is that our growth, it's not even growth hormone, it's sermorelin. It promotes growth hormone production through your own pituitary gland. So I'm going to just list some of the benefits here that it has. Increased muscle mass, improved skin elasticity, increased bone density, increased energy levels, improved skin tone and texture, faster metabolism, weight loss, stronger bones, reduced fatigue, improved immune function, improved focus, which I know I can use, right? Better sleep, improved mood, reduced risk of age-related disease, and a higher sex drive. So, all those things.
Fellas.
Yeah.
Well, so someone's asking, how do you spell it?
SERMORELIN, sermorelin. So you can
now use it in a sentence. No, okay.
Someone's trying to go on Amazon and buy this, okay? Because
no, I would not recommend buying anything from any internet source. Number one, most of those places are research labs. They are not regulated by the FDA. They will tell you that their stuff is just as good as anybody else, but the problem is I prefer FDA regulated sources, number one, because they're legal, and number two, because I know exactly the condition that it's being made in, right? This isn't being made in someone's bathtub or sink in some research lab in Mexico or wherever, or even in the United States. Right.
And things like that.
So everything that we get is provided through a FDA regulated compounding pharmacy. Out of Miami right now. Awesome. We're looking at a couple other ones locally here to get involved with. Awesome. So everything is safe. It's sterile. That's the other thing, is it's sterile. Mm-hmm. There's no way that it's.
Now, is it injectable?
It is injectable. We also have troches, which are dissolvable.
Okay.
We have pills, capsules. We have anything. I don't want to say I'm a fan of the injections, but the injections are always the most, in my opinion.
I like the injections.
The most effective, just because I think of the way the body absorbs it is more effective. I've heard that the troches are just as good because it's not going through your system or through your abdominals, through your stomach and all that. It's going straight into your into the ducts, saliva, whatever, something like that.
Don't ask me why I still know that.
But then to tie that in with NAD is if you do them both. Right. And we have them compounded in one dissolvable. Okay. We have that option. If you do them both together, then you're triggering your pituitary gland to create growth hormone like you did when you were in your 20s. And then NAD is from the cellular approach, right? Repairing all the cells in your body at the same time. So it's probably the best combination that is available, in my opinion. I've been using it for a while and I've had great results. Combined with the TRT that I do, it's game changing. And like I said, my next step is to hold myself accountable and get a guy that can push me, to become the best version I can.
I don't hold any punches. I don't like TRT, replacement. I dabble, other stuff, At my age now, I just TRT replacement, but after looking all this stuff up and everything else, I'm definitely going to try this because I was looking at it mimics HGH.
Yeah.
It's the best thing out there besides HGH, but without all the side effects. HGH, heart, enlargement, things like that. I look at all these bodybuilders, they died. Or, Rich Piana, his heart was 3 times the size it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, things like that. We all, we look, we want, but at what price? Rich Piana used to say, we'll do it whatever it takes. Yeah. But he lost his life. One of the greatest physiques ever in bodybuilding, and he wasn't even a bodybuilder, but
he's also on tons of pain medications.
But he was just a guy, and he started a company, a protein company, and things like that. People followed him, huge arms, so on and so forth. That's what he's known for. But at what
cost?
At what cost? He gave his life.
But for that short period.
And he was only he was in his 30s still?
Yeah.
Like late 30s?
I mean, Ronnie Coleman is a good example of that too. I mean, you won, 7 Mr. Olympians, but now you can barely walk.
And barely walk.
Your abdomen is
so if it mimics HGH without all the side effects, I'm still doing my research on it, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
You know, after everything I saw today, and everything, you know, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my research. I'm like, okay, because I'm very skeptical. I'm like, okay, you know, there's so many things out there, but with everything we went over the other day and look up some more and stuff, I'm like, hey, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is my body we're talking about. You know, I've had so many knee surgeries, bicep tear, quad tear. You know, I'm 53 years old. My body's been through hell. You know, it is what it is, and it helps with inflammation. It helps with growth. So I'm like, why not? Let's try it. Like
Especially if you combine it with NAD, the inflammation will be gone.
Right.
And that's honestly for me, the addition of NAD and Sermorelin. I've had blown out knees, I've had blown out shoulder. I've had disc repair in my neck. I have a fusion in my neck. I've had hernia repair. I've had lots of issues, mainly from sports, right? But when I would work out, I was so sore. My joints would be so sore, and it's because I was inflamed. And I would have to take naproxen, or I would have to take all this other crap, Motrin, 800 of Motrin a day to get by. You know, my hands would hurt, things like that. And when I introduced NAD and Sermorelin into my program, I have no inflammation. I don't think I have any because I have no pain.
Yeah.
Unless I really do something to hurt myself, which is I don't do that anymore because I'm smarter and I'm older.
Yeah. Once we get older, we get a little smarter and we do things a lot better because you have to. I mean, because we don't bounce back like we used to bounce back. You know, having these things to help us bounce back, I think, are huge, especially for our age group. Because let's be real, all of us here are. I'm about to hit the 50.
I'm 47.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I'm turning 47.
I'll be 53 in 3 weeks.
Yeah, you got three good-looking, almost 50 year olds.
White hair.
And
my hair is gray and white.
We're trying to do our thing.
When I broke that record, you know, I was just on test, 160 a week, and actually I talked to a doctor here in town, and I went to talk to a pharmacist, and he's a bodybuilder. He said, "Hey, let me put you on MK677 and some rad," and I'm like, "All right, let's try it." And the first time I tried the bench press record, the record was 984. I got to 867, and you're just full of acid. And I went to pull my arms down, and I was good, and I pulled something. I came back 2 months later. He put me on the MK677 and the rad, and let me tell you something. I was eating between sets. I repped out 1,153 reps for the new world record in 1 hour.
Yeah, it makes a difference,
and it made a huge difference.
And a lot of it is recovery.
Exactly. That. You know, those peptides help you.
What does growth hormone do? Right? It rebuilds. It builds. It builds. It recovers. So with this approach of the peptides, it's like the fountain of youth, really, right? I mean, you think about it. It's turning back the clock, and it's because you are replenishing what's already in your system. So
just break down one more time, just because I don't think we've ever said what a peptide really is.
Well, let me give you peptides. So a peptide is a block of amino acids. So everybody knows what amino acids are, right? Right? Everybody knows what amino acid is. Amino acids are the building blocks of life, right? Amino acids. You wouldn't be alive if you didn't have amino acids in your body, right?
You know, you hear it all the time.
Right. So peptides are blocks of amino acids, right? They're short chains of amino acids, and each different chain plays a key role in physiological processes, right? So peptides are building blocks of proteins, which provide structure and strength to skin, hair, nails. And I'm reading some of this because I don't want to say it wrong. They help regulate blood pressure. Peptides can stimulate skin repair. Peptides are used in a variety of medications to treat conditions that you don't even know they're being used. Okay, so they're not going to tell you that you're taking peptides because you can get peptides from us and not from a drug company, right? Some peptide supplements will help with inflammation, wound healing, collagen formation, building muscle. Prescription peptides called GLP-1 agonists can help some people lose weight by curbing appetite. That's one of our biggest ones. Tirzepatide and semaglutide right now. We have both of those. So our base model is to give people access to these types of supplements so that you can rebuild your body yourself and not have to just mask pain and live that way.
And I think the most important part of it and the aspect that you bring is that we know that all these things are important, that some people are lacking of it. And when you go to your regular doctor and they want you to pay $1,000 a month, that's
most of them won't even give it to you.
Yeah,
but
or they won't give it to you. So by coming to us, you'll be able to afford it in a way,
So
to where you're not killing yourself trying to get these things that you need because you're lacking of it.
Right.
So
I can tell you right now, when I built this company from the ground up, I researched other companies. That's what I did. I researched other companies. I infiltrated them, whatever I had to do, to figure out what their process was.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard because I was already kind of in that area of work. I did go through a 6-week vetting process with a certain company. I'm not going to say who they are. But I learned everything that they do, right? And then basically what I did was I took everything they did and I cut everything by 20%. So you're gonna pay way less with us. Number one reason I did that because I decided to be virtual. I don't have all the costs and everything that these guys have, so I'm able to give people prices that are affordable. You think about some of these guys, they go open a storefront, they're paying $10,000 right off the rip for the place, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any of that. I give, I pay my people, and then I pass that breakdown to my clients.
Yeah.
I make it affordable.
Which is important because I think that's where people are frustrated because they're not getting the opportunity
and
to
it's still
access to some of these.
It's still going to cost you money. It's still expensive.
It's still pricey.
It's pricey,
for some people, but I think
cost.
But it goes back to what we talked about. Well, where's your mindset? What's your motivation? Are you? What's the cost of your overall health to you?
Right. Remember, it's not forever. It's not forever. Once you get to that certain level,
if you just maintain it,
there's other things.
Yeah, there's other things that you can move into. You maintain. There's things that I'm honestly a supporter, believer in. I don't think I'll ever stop supplementing because I understand that if I stop, I lose all the stuff again, right? It doesn't maintain, right? You get to a certain level, if you take away the supplements, it doesn't maintain. That's what people always ask me. Well, am I going to have to take this forever? No, you don't have to take anything forever, but you have to at least maintain once you get to a certain area. So you may have to take a little bit of it or whatever, but
with the maintenance.
or you may have
to go on a maintenance more once you're at the level where you want to be more.
The thing is your hormones have already depleted, right? Because of natural function. It makes no sense to think that I'm going to supplement now and get myself back up and then I'm going to stop.
No.
And I'm going to be able to maintain this. It doesn't work that way.
I'm talking about Ozempic and things like that.
Yeah.
You come down your weight, you get to where you want to be.
Oh yeah.
Now maintain with what you need.
Yeah.
You know, if you keep taking Ozempic,
you transition into Sermorelin or NAD.
Right. There you
something
go.
like that. Yeah.
And transition other things, other supplementations. Like frequency, where you could, introduce some of the other natural things that are out there also. That you can.
The frequency is another thing that
that
helps me maintain or keep down my hunger.
Yes.
I don't know if it works for you that way.
Yeah, the rise in the
rice has an appetite
So, like,
qualities to it.
Yes.
If I have my rise in the morning, if I have my rise in the morning, which I normally do, and then I do my sync at night, number one, I sleep like a freaking baby.
Yeah,
it's the best thing I've ever had for sleep.
So Jackie gave me these little packets.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's try it. And Jackie knows me, Brian, everybody that's out there watching me knows me at the gym. I drink Monster 5 a.m. I didn't drink my Monster that morning. I just a little frequency packet. And I've given them out. She gave me 5, and I gave the other 4 to clients. And let me tell you something. They all said, Rick, I drink coffee all day long because they sit at home. They all work from home. And let me tell you something. We have to have it. We have to have it.
It has some coffee bean in it, right?
It has green coffee bean extract in it.
Yeah. But that's the only thing that crosses the brain barrier.
Exactly.
Correct?
So it's only 100 milligrams of caffeine and for a purpose. But it has 7 organic mushrooms in it. And that's why every person who uses is going to share a different testimony. Some way it hit them different because they're adaptogens. So they go into your body and they give you what your body needs.
So I'm gonna buy 20 of these packets. And I'm gonna give them away. I'm gonna say, look, I want somebody, Jackie, they pay shipping, handling, whatever. I'm gonna send them out. Watch. I want their testimonials. Watch what happens. Because everybody that I gave those to,
Yeah, she has the 5 day,
Yeah,
days.
they have the 5. We have the 5 days where you
Yeah,
can
you
just
can
try it
order.
and test it for 5 days. You can order it.
$35. You get 5
You
days.
know, just drop 5 day down in the chat thing there, and we'll see about trying to get you guys a 5 day of the sink or the rise.
You said $35 for one, right?
Yeah.
If they
No,
want both, how much? Is it?
$35 for either one. So if you
For
want
either
5
one.
days of rise or 5 days of sink, so morning,
But I would
the
highly
energy one or the
recommend
night
doing
one.
both of them.
Yes.
Right.
I mean,
if you do both, we cut it to 60. So it's
Yeah.
35 for each or 60
Yeah.
for them both. And we can ship them
So-
wherever you're listening to
Ship
from.
them to anywhere you're listening from, and that's a good way to get you started.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what we recommend doing with our clients at BioTropics is let's get you something first to kind of get you feeling better.
Well, while you're
Okay.
waiting.
And while
you
you're
know, in
waiting for
between.
all these things to
Yeah.
happen with the labs and the
Because the
Talking to the
blood work takes a
doctor.
week.
and the blood work, with
Genetic
the doc-
test
and
is
then waiting
3
for the
weeks.
stuff to be shipped.
Yeah.
to
So it's
you
$5
and
a
all
day,
this
$35 a week, $5 a day. I was paying shit. $3.99 a monster
What
times
they're paying for
5.
the monster.
Yeah.
I'm paying $20.
And it's not good for you either.
Yeah.
And that's only if you want the 5 day. If you wanted a full 30 days worth instead of doing the 5 day, then that's 30 days for $89.
Yeah.
30 days for
And
$89.
a good example of what Rick just said. How many clients of the gym come in?
Mhm.
Do they buy either a Monster or what was it that I used to buy? They don't do them any bangs. I used to buy bangs.
Bangs.
Dude, I used to buy one every time I went in there. It's $5-6.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You want that rush, you want that pre-workout, you want it now, you know. But I'm telling you now, everybody that I gave those to tried it. You know, man, at 5 o'clock, I'm still,
Yeah.
We've
I'm
got some
focused.
people come through. So
I'm very focused.
Amber said Billy's been taking that nighttime stuff
yeah.
and he's sold. She said.
So this is the thing though, is I did take just the rise at first.
Yeah.
And it did. It made a great difference. But I still wasn't
When you
getting
have them together, the
Yes.
synergy that's caused from both of them together.
yeah.
Because making sure that you get that restful sleep and then you
Yeah.
wake up and then you take the rise and getting all those organic nutrients because they all do a particular thing. Because one of the things that's huge with frequency is mental health. You know, it helps with anxiety. It helps with keeping cortisol levels down and keeping you chill. You know,
Shit,
if
I
you need
need
a little extra energy.
It's the mental
But it
health
does a
too.
lot, it does all of it. This is just bringing it full circle. Everything you guys talked about tonight, it does all of that. It will increase your testosterone. It will balance your hormones. It will boost your metabolism. Like it does because we have 7 different organic functional mushrooms in there. It's going to do all of those things, including like giving you the brain health, giving you the energy.
Which is all
One of
natural
the-
source. Too.
And the 2 benefits I feel like I got the most from it, mental acuity, number 1. But I think that's because of the quality of sleep that I've been
From the
getting
sink.
from the
Yeah.
sink, right?
Mhm.
So then I do the sink at night. I have vivid dreams that I actually
I had
remember.
some
And
dreams last
the
night.
weirdest thing about it is a lot of my dreams are about things that I'm actually going through.
Yeah.
And I remember one of them was like, I was going through a stressful situation last month, right? With
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I had all these different scenarios going on in my dreams. Like if I did this, this is going to happen. It helped me make a decision.
Yeah.
And what is crazy because I'm like telling my wife about
Because
it.
your
She's like, you're
subconscious
crazy.
is actually awake right now.
Yeah.
It's like
You know.
talking
It
to
never stops.
Yeah.
It never
So
stops.
the dreams, the deep sleep, and the I don't need to drink coffee anymore. I like coffee, but I don't really drink it.
I like coffee every once in a while just because I like the taste. I'm actually one of the few
Yeah.
people out there.
I'm
that
the
actually
only
likes
man in
the
America
taste.
that's never had a cup of coffee.
Wow.
I've
Like
never
ever?
tried it.
Ever.
I've never tried a cup of coffee in my life.
But think about it.
Are you serious? I'm
there's-
like, I've never tried a cup of coffee.
Why not substitute your coffee with a drink that's completely healthy
That's
for
going to
you?
give you.
Actually,
There's
good
no
for you.
down. There's no downsides. There's no.
Exactly.
There's no increased
Crash.
calories from cream or milk or all this other shit you
All
put in
the
it.
other stuff that
You know, the sugar and all that. You know. So anyway,
Shadow
Anyway,
saying
if
hi.
you
check
are
out
interested in
Frequence.
Check us out.
Call us at BioTropics.
Yes. If you're interested in any of the things we talked about tonight, we're going to be broadcasted on all these different
Yeah,
things. You also can catch us on our podcast. If you want information about the podcast and where to find it, drop podcast below. If you want information about the 5 days, drop that 5 day below. If you want information about BioTropics, drop BioTropics below. And we're going to wrap things up real quick. And all I'll say is we're coming around to the holiday season, all right?
That's right. You guys are not here next Thursday.
And we're not here next Thursday.
Yeah, we're gonna take
But
next
I
week
just
off.
want to my last thing to say, and I'll let you guys wrap up with whatever you guys want to say. It's not over. Okay, if you're on a health journey right now and you got Thanksgiving coming and you're gonna have all the good cookies, especially like my wife's Italian cookies, which are to die for, understand that it doesn't just end there. Okay, you can have a nice Thanksgiving with family, enjoy yourself, have a cup of wine, have a small drink, do everything you gotta do. Okay, and then the next day or the next day after that, just pick up where you left off. Okay, understand where the journey is and where you're trying to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Life goes on. You got to live and be happy. I mean, and that's the thing. You want to live. That's why we're trying to help you live longer, but be happy at the same time. You got to find that medium, that medium, that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, look, here I am. Here, y'all gonna see me drink every time we're on here. It's what I do. But I'm like to consider myself very healthy, and you know, what I eat and so on and so forth. It's my one crutch, my downfall, but I do it.
I think that's one of the things that we bring to the table too. It's like not just me, but all you guys. We're all real people.
We're real people.
We all deal with daily struggle, with food, anxieties, with addictions, with whatever you want to call it. You know, we all have those issues. We've all lived through them, and there's no judging on this side. You know, so please feel comfortable in calling us.
Okay, so like I said, we won't be here next week. We will be here the week after. I don't know the exact date right here off the head, but we will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for having us. And
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
The dogs say happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Shadow and Ghost.